Well, using this beautiful fiber and these tools, which are needle felting tools, there's several different types, and this is a foam block that I use, and I actually keep my needles stuck in there. And so I use a single needle, that tool that has 2 needles, and this other one that has about 8 needles in it. And I'm going to show how to make a sheep pin. And I made that disc the same way that I showed in the first video on needle felting, the needle felting introduction. Except I used a camel colored fiber. So I'm making the head of the sheep right now, and I just took some fiber and just rolled it up into a small ball and started felting it and just checking the size here for the head size. Now these are going to be the ears, and I'm just shaping it and rolling it between my fingers to get the felting started, and I'm just going to felt the ears a little bit, or actually pretty much I'm going to felt them until they're done. It doesn't take very long because they're so small. So here they are. And as I said in the previous videos, I like to felt it very tightly, so I take a little extra time to do that. I'm attaching the ears now, and they attach just immediately. It's really doesn't take a really long time to attach. And now I'm going to attach the head. That's how I do it. I do the ears first and then I attach the head. And same thing, this will attach very easily. After I attach the head, I'm going to add some details. I'm going to use something called curly locks, which I wouldn't say are very easy to find. So when I do find them, I buy them, and I buy as much as I can at that time, because I just never know when I'm going to find them again. And I like the very tight curls on the curly locks because I make these small ornaments and pins, and so the curls have to be really tight. So I'm just sort of shaping the head and attaching it securely here, and the ears also are getting attached at the same time. So once that's pretty much finished and I'm happy with the shape of it, which I am now, this makes a really nice pin. Here are the curly locks. Whispering Pines is the farm I got it from. And in fact, I really loved it because they included a picture of the sheep that it came from and the name of the sheep that it came from. So it was really sweet. And I attach these the same way. Now these are really nice curly locks, real small curls. And I'm going to attach that to the whole disc, and just trying to be careful to make sure that the ears are on top so I don't accidentally felt the curly locks over the ears. And it doesn't take too long to attach them, but I just always, as usual, I want to make sure that they're really securely attached. And I'm just filling in some of the spots here that need to be filled in. And there are a couple other details that I'm planning to add. One of them is a scarf. I'm going to put a little scarf around his neck, and I'm also going to felt that. And I really love felting the scarf. In another video, I'll show how to make a snowman, and I also put a scarf on the snowman, and I just love adding that detail. So Here I'm just finishing this up. And of course the pin will get glued on the back of this. So here he is. He's all felted up. He's so cute. And so the next thing will be the scarf. And I'm going to use this beautiful blue-green color. And I'm just going to wrap that right around his neck like that. A couple of different things you can use to decorate around the neck. You could also put a very thin cord around the neck and tie a bow. That would also look really cute. But I just really like putting the scarf on. I just think it's kind of a cute, whimsical detail. And once I'm finished felting that scarf, I'm also going to use my beautiful Krynic needlepoint thread, which is a sort of a metallic thread that is actually not that easy to find, but there was a shop that was really close to me that sold it, so I bought a whole bunch of it. And I used that to make the fringe on the scarf, and I have to sew that on, so I'm going to show that also, how to do that. Now the Krynic thread is what I use, Kreinik, I believe is how it's spelled. And I feel like you can only really buy it online now. I don't know where else you would really find it. And the fleece that I use, I get that from Harrisville Designs, but I actually buy that from a shop called The Yarn Tree. I really like the owner of that shop, and she sells that Harrisville fiber. So I usually buy it from her, not from Harrisville Designs. And I also use glass beads for the eyes. I'm going to sew eyes on him too, so I use glass beads for the eyes, and that I also order online. I order different sizes of these round eggshell colored, or cream colored, I guess would be the right word, off-white round beads, and I use those for eyes for a lot of different things. So I'm just finishing up the scarf here. One of the things I like about felting, needle felting, is that you can sort of sculpt the wool. Once it's felted, you can kind of sculpt it and do more detailed work on it, and I really, really enjoy doing that. So here's my scarf. It's all done, almost all done. Here it is. And he looks so cute already. So now I'm going to sew on the eyes, and I use this super thin needle, and I have to use that super thin needle. It's actually a beading needle, and the reason I use it is because the holes in the beads are so small. I kind of have to use that really, really thin sewing needle. And much to my surprise, I don't have any trouble threading it. I don't know how that's possible, because the eye is like so small, you wouldn't believe it. Anyway, so I'm sewing on the eyes. I sew them right next to each other, and then once I'm done with all the detail work on this, I use a paint marker, a black paint marker, and I draw the eyeballs. I just do 2 black dots onto those beads, and it really makes the sheep come to life. You'll see when I do it. It's really a great detail. So the eyes are sewn on, and I don't tie a knot in the back. I just sew back and forth several times, and that never comes out when you do that. So this is the beautiful Krynic thread, and this is what it looks like, the spools. And I'm going to use this nice turquoise, and I'm just doing the fringe on the scarf. And I like adding all of these details because it just makes it really, really, really special. So, and it doesn't take very long to do it. It is a lot of detail work, but it doesn't take that long to do. Now, when I glue on the pin back onto the back, I always use a glue gun, and I use only Gorilla Glue. That's the only glue stick that I use is Gorilla Glue, because the other glue sticks are just not very good. So here's the fringe. It's all done. It looks so cute. Doesn't he look adorable? He's so cute. And then I just would tie a knot in the back to finish that off. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm tying the knot. And then you can just cut that off, and I'll be gluing the pin back either on top of that knot or very close to that knot, so that will secure it even more. So there it is. It's all done. Super cute. And now it's time for the finale, putting the black eyeballs on. And you can either use a paint marker, you could use acrylic paint on there. I've used all different things. Now, because those beads are round and they're sewn on, they actually can turn. So I do glue them in place so that he doesn't become cross-eyed all of a sudden. Because that did happen, and I thought, oh my gosh, how did this happen? Well, they roll around, those eyeballs, and I always use this glue, Arlene's tacky glue that dries clear. And here he is. He's so cute with his little scarf and his eyeballs. Hope you try it too. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching.